What's good, everybody? My name is GENTLEMAN.JUGG.
And I'm Son.
And welcome back to another Jug and Son. Doing WWE. How you doing today, boy?
It's okay.
Hey, we are back. Despite, people wanting us to quit this. Fuck that guy. What's good?
Not much, just wrestling. Was not good either.
Hey, look, listen, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Son, I need you to take me to Raw.
So, Raw, we start off with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Well, no, it's just, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman, the group, and Sami Zayn.
The group.
They don't have a name yet, but...
I heard that it was Seth Rollins' terror team or something like that. That can't be real. I don't believe it's real.
But, Seth is here and he's talking to Sami and he wants Sami to join his group because their group is, gonna run the future of this business, even though none of them are holding a world title or any title. But, future of the business, I guess.
Yeah, it is the future. I mean, this only makes sense if somebody gets something. I mean, Braun, you lost your title. What's his name? Braun Breaker? Yeah, Braun, you lost your title like 2 weeks ago.
So I guess you care less about your mid-card title than LA Knight. Mm-hmm. Because he cares about it. He loves his U.S. title.
I mean, isn't that what the goal is to be the champion, the world champion?
No, you got the goal is to join Seth's group because they run the future.
Oh, well.
With no titles. They have Paul Heyman, so that's all they need, I guess.
Big things are happening.
So they offer Sami to join, and they tell Sami, but by the end of the show, you got to think about it, okay? And so far, every time this has happened in the Paul Levesque era, they always say no at the end.
Yeah, in like a dramatic way.
I mean, here, Paul Heyman even tells Sami, at some point during the show that if you join us, you don't have to, if you don't join, well, I guess he doesn't want to join them, so they offered him to send him to Smackdown, so he's out of their way, and he said if you take that deal, you'll get a world title match on your first time on Smackdown.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't anybody freaking take that deal?
I mean, I would take it. I mean, you mean I don't have to get beat up by you guys. I'm not even joining you guys. I just get a world title match.
You mean to tell me that I can be many of the other top superstars and just walk to the front of the line and get a world title match?
Before Roman Reigns, who had the title for 4 years.
I can be a WWE champion. So I guess the question is, if Paul Heyman can do that, then why isn't Paul Heyman doing that for Seth Rollins?
Or Braun Breaker.
Or literally anybody. He can just get them a championship match right now.
He could have done it for his friend CM Punk, or when he was with Roman Reigns. He didn't have to make Roman Reigns win the Rumble.
I mean, I'm just confused here.
I'm like, Paul has this power, but he uses it on the guy they're trying to send away instead of the guy he's working with. And I mean, I don't know. If I was Sami, I'm like, you mean if I accept this deal, I can just go to SmackDown and fight John Cena for the title immediately?
Yeah.
I'm like, and this isn't even prime John Cena. This is old John Cena, so I might have a chance.
About John Cena is champion. He is in prime.
I guess.
If he was not champion, you can never say prime, but in WWE, if you are champion, you are in your prime. Or he's out of his prime, and it's just his out of being prime is better than people who are in their prime.
I like the one where his out of prime is better than people in their prime.
Okay, I'll go with that.
So I mean, maybe Sami has a chance, but I don't know. Maybe not.
That's a long tangent about absolutely nothing, because what happened?
Because he said no, and then he said go to hell, and then he got speared and killed by Braun Breaker.
Not quite as crazy as Cody saying go fuck yourself, Rock, but whatever.
Well, I mean, at least I know Braun Breaker will be there next week.
So far, I mean, because that wasn't the case when he was champion as IC champion, right?
Yeah, he's not in the crowd anymore. He's in the ring now.
Yeah,
like a wrestler would be. So then we had Io Sky. We had the same thing we had last week, where Io Sky gets attacked and has to fight somebody from NXT. So now Rhea Ripley has got to do the same thing and be saved by Io Sky so that they can they coexist? Because I want to see Rhea Ripley fight for the world title one more time.
On to the next thing. I don't even care.
So then we saw Jey Uso, and we're like, okay, it's week 2 of him being world champion. Let's see who his challenger is. It's got to be someone who earned it. Probably a number 1 contenders match.
You know, something to let us get our feet wet. And who did it end up being?
Oh, Logan Paul. He just came out and said, I want to fight Jey Uso because I haven't won a world title. And Jey Uso said, okay. So, you know, I want to fight Jey Uso. I haven't won a world title. Can I get in there too?
I mean, look, this match is probably going to be great, but this story is ass.
He just said, I haven't won a world title, so I guess I can get that match then.
You know, Braun Breaker hasn't won a world title. Sami Zayn hasn't won a world title.
I mean, Sami Zayn should have just walked over here and said, I want a world title match.
Dominic Mysterio hasn't won a world title.
You know, he's going to get there.
I assume sooner or later he'll get there.
I mean, Jimmy Uso could do this too. I mean, you know, Carmelo Hayes could do that. Like, anybody could do this, but I guess you have to be Logan Paul to just walk out and say, I haven't won a world title, so
let me get in.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So, yeah, I mean, the bad start to a title reign. And then, you know, Becky Lynch is here to tell us that, surprise, surprise, I attacked Bayley.
Yeah, I don't care why she turned heel. She's a great person, but I don't care about the story on why she turned heel. Don't even care if she was face. I don't care.
I mean, to me, this is like the sped up version of the Naomi story.
Yeah, that's all it is to me, and I don't even care.
Sped up, lower quality version.
How many times do I gotta say I don't care?
I just want to hear you say it one more time.
I don't care.
Okay. And you know, I guess then Pat McAfee. He's like, I want to. Gunther mess with my boy, the GOAT Michael Cole. You don't mess with the GOAT Michael Cole. So I want to fight Gunther. And then, you know, instead of getting Adam Pearce, we get Nick Aldis because, you know, that's the general manager of Raw.
That's what we've been told.
So he's like, you can't fight Gunther because I suspended him, even though I am from SmackDown. I suspended the Raw superstar Gunther.
Maybe he can do that. I don't know. I don't know what the powers of the general manager.
I mean, the draft is so
broke.
The draft is so broken. Even the GMs don't know what show they're supposed to be on.
I can't tell you anything on this one, boy.
So then I guess they're gonna him and Gunther will fight at Backlash, and I'm like,
okay.
If Pat McAfee wins,
then Gunther's just done, right?
Yeah. So that's really it for Raw. That was kind of bad, honestly.
I don't think it was bad. I just, you know, maybe it is bad because I didn't really care about most of the stories. I'm still intrigued by the Seth and Paul and Braun Breaker storyline. I'm still intrigued by that. So
I mean, I kind of like it and I kind of don't.
Well, let's see where it goes. I don't know where it goes.
I'll give it a chance, but it's probably the only thing I cared about on Raw.
Take me to SmackDown, son.
So we got, you know, what everyone is here to see. You want to see LA Knight and Damian Priest.
It was the top thing on my mind. I have to see this.
So they talk about how, oh, you lost the U.S. title, and LA Knight's like, I gotta get the U.S. title back.
I mean, yeah.
And I guess, you know, they have a match, and, you know, Jacob, you know, does something you haven't seen before, which is basically beat up the whole mid-card division. And I guess everyone's gonna some like fatal 4-way match or something at Backlash. And I'm like, well, you know, Jacob wins, I guess we're good. But I feel like LA Knight, I mean, what happens?
I feel like Jacob needs like a better storyline to like sink his teeth into. He's too good of a wrestler, too good of a personality. I think he's got it, and I think he should have a better storyline than what he has.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know. Solo just feels like a guy now. It used to be Solo and the two guys. Now it's just Jacob and the one guy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else is injured or not bloodline. So,
you know, we had Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill tag match against Nia Jax and Naomi.
And why were they fighting?
Because they all want the world title.
No shit. No shit.
And I mean, I guess I guess, Jade Cargill was like, oh, look, I can hold the title. And then Naomi attacked them and was like, oh, I can hold the title. So, I mean, multi-person match again, maybe. I mean, if you're not tired of those yet.
I feel like this is just lazy.
Oh yeah, I don't have a good story, so let's just throw all these people together and there you go. Good enough, right?
Perpetual tournaments. I've been saying it forever. Just have tournaments forever.
All right, you just do the Father H thing and you give it to Logan Paul because he said he wanted one, and then you just throw everyone else in a fatal 4-way match and call it good.
That's what you do.
And then Aleister Black beat The Miz.
Who saw that coming?
I mean, I don't really know what they're gonna do with him, but I don't really see.
I'm excited to see what they do with him because I liked Aleister Black before he even left. So,
but just don't do nothing. How about that?
Well, he's fighting The Miz, so that's not nothing.
Yeah,
Miz is must-see TV, right?
Yeah, he was in a couple Marine movies, I guess. And then we got to see Randy Orton.
Hey,
but not John Cena. He's not. You can't see him here.
Well, he said he was not gonna. He only had like 20-something more dates or something to show up.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't want to see the world champion here to build his title match. That's not what I want to see.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
So Randy's here to say that he's gonna punt John Cena's head off his shoulders. He's like, I'm bringing back the punt.
I mean, he said he was bringing it back when he was fighting Kevin Owens.
But, well, Kevin Owens isn't here, so he's got to bring it back for John Cena.
I mean, there's plenty of people he could have kicked in the head before then.
Yeah, and he's saying, you see, John, there's a thing he said that didn't make sense, because last week he said that in some weird universe, you were always the good guy and I was the bad guy. But then here he says, I knew you were always the bad guy.
What do you mean in some weird universe?
That's what Randy said.
It was this universe.
That's what Randy said.
This is our past. This happened.
But now he's like, I always knew you were the bad guy. But last week he's like, I can't believe you sold out.
Yes, you sold out, Randy. You did it. You
like,
tried to sue the company one time.
He's like, I was stupid for believing. For I don't know what he was trying to say here.
Look, Randy is a good job at getting retarded words over. Ridiculous words. I guess that's the better R word.
Because last week he's like, you need to have kids, bro. And then this week he's like, I knew you were always the bad guy.
I'm not a fan of this part right here. I don't think that John Cena's losing to Randy Orton. So
no, I mean Randy's gonna lose, and then John Cena's gonna take the belt home and be the last real champion, and everyone's frozen in time. That's what he said. And then that's it.
That's it?
That's it for SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about more stuff, but I guess that's it.
Nothing happened this week. You could skip this week and nothing would be different.
I will agree with you on that one. I mean,
unless you care about Sami Zayn getting beat up, but what else is new? You've seen that before. Bye, Braun Breaker.
Not a great week of wrestling for WWE, but maybe they'll stick the landing. I mean, some people don't think that they did a great job at WrestleMania. Look, I was at WrestleMania. You were at WrestleMania. I had a great time in the crowd, but like when I watched it again, I was like, okay, and I think I said as much in our WrestleMania review.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it since we said it, so I could be contradicting myself right now, which I hate.
You could be like Randy.
Yeah, I could be like Randy. I don't have anything else for this. I would hope that things would get better, but we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean,
because Backlash is next week, and not really excited for much.
I'm excited. I actually want to see John Cena wrestle again.
Well, that's the only thing I'm excited for is the John Cena thing. Everything else, I'm like,
The thing about Triple H's stuff is that he tends to have unless it was last year, he tends to have really good matches happen with mediocre storylines. And some of these matches are fantastic. I'm not a fan of a bunch of false finishes, but I do like, when they make me believe, oh crap, something's about to change, and then it doesn't. I'm like, oh, okay. These are those feels I got when the Attitude Era was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see what goes down. I hope it's good. I expect it to be decent, at least, as far as matches go. And then we'll later on see John Cena, who's already been freaking advertised to be in Perth, Australia for Crown Jewel, which I thought was going to be in Saudi Arabia, but here it is.
Wait, does that mean that John Cena can win the Crown Jewel champion and become 18 times?
No, he wouldn't be. That wouldn't add to his world champion status, because otherwise it would add to Cody's.
That means he can get a ring then, I guess.
He'll get a ring that probably won't fit his finger. But it's supposed to be in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, and they said that the Crown Jewel champion is the most important thing because it stays in Saudi Arabia.
Well, now it's going to Perth on its very second year. Yeah. So, hey. But, hey, you guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on X and Blue Sky. Check us out on, right here. And tune in next time, because the next one will be available
when it's ready.